My coworker stole my lunch every day, so I changed the menu. It started 3 weeks after I joined the company. I'd put my lunch in the break room fridge at 9 a.m. By noon, it was gone. The first time, I thought I'd misplaced it. Second time, I figured someone grabbed it by mistake. Third time, I knew. Someone was eating my food. I started labeling my containers with my name in permanent marker. Didn't matter. Gone by lunch. I tried different colored containers. Gone. I even wrapped mine in a grocery bag and hid it in the back corner behind the expired yogurt nobody touched. Gone. I asked around the office. Nobody knew anything. Everyone shrugged. Everyone looked innocent. Then I caught him, Brian from accounting. I was walking past the break room at 11:45 when I saw him through the window. He had my container open on the table, my homemade lasagna on a plate, my fork in his hand. He wasn't even hiding it. I watched him take a bite, close his eyes, smile like he was at a 5-star restaurant. I pushed open the door. Brian looked up, saw me, and didn't even flinch. "Oh hey," he said with his mouth full. "This your lunch?" "You know it is. My name's literally on the container." He shrugged. "You should lock the fridge then." "Lock the fridge? It's a shared break room." "Exactly." Brian took another bite. Shared means sharing. I stood there stunned. He wasn't embarrassed. He wasn't apologizing. He was blaming me for not protecting my food better. I went to HR that afternoon, explained everything, showed them the labeled containers. The woman behind the desk nodded sympathetically. "Unfortunately, we can't prove who's taking your lunch without evidence," she said. "Maybe try keeping it at your desk?" My desk didn't have a mini fridge. Neither did anyone else's. I went back to my cubicle and thought about it. Confrontation didn't work. HR didn't work. Complaining to coworkers didn't work. Fine. If Brian wanted to eat my lunch so badly, I'd give him something worth eating. I spent that weekend researching. Not poison, nothing illegal, just ingredients that would make someone regret every bite. Monday morning, I packed the most beautiful container of pasta you've ever seen. Creamy Alfredo sauce, perfectly cooked penne, fresh parsley on top. What I didn't mention was the Carolina Reaper powder mixed into the sauce, the ghost pepper flakes hidden under the cheese, the habanero oil drizzled throughout. I labeled it clearly, put it in the fridge at 9 a.m. Then I waited. At 11:30, I positioned myself near the break room with a clear view through the window. Right on schedule, Brian walked in, grabbed my container, didn't even hesitate. He heated it up in the microwave, sat down, took his first bite. For about 3 seconds, nothing happened. Then his face changed. His eyes went wide, his skin turned red. Sweat immediately started pouring down his forehead. He grabbed for the water cooler, chugged an entire cup, then another, then another. Didn't help. Water makes it worse. Brian started coughing, then gagging, then making this sound I can only describe as a wounded animal. I walked in casually. "Oh, hey, Brian, that my lunch?" He couldn't even respond, just pointed at his mouth, tears streaming down his face. "What's wrong?" I asked innocently. "You don't like it?" He ran to the bathroom. I heard him in there for the next 20 minutes. When he finally came out, his face was still bright red. His eyes were bloodshot. He looked like he'd been pepper sprayed. He walked past me without a word. The next day, I packed a normal lunch. Ham sandwich, apple, chips. It was still there at noon, untouched. I checked the day after, same thing. And the day after that, Brian started bringing his own lunch every single day. He'd walk past me in the hallway and look at the ground. A week later, he transferred to a different floor. 2 weeks after that, I heard through the grapevine that Brian had been stealing lunches for 3 years. Multiple people. Nobody could ever prove it. Nobody ever did anything about it. Until me. The best part? When HR called me in to ask about the incident, I played dumb. "I just like spicy food," I said. "Is that against company policy?" They couldn't do anything. My lunch, my recipe, his choice to steal it. Brian never spoke to me again, but every time I see him in the parking lot, I make sure to wave. He never waves back.